In today's video, I will be showing you a more healthy option of making your chinchin, swapping the sugar with pumpkins, with cooked pumpkins. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and let's jump right in. I will be using a standalone mixer to mix this chinchin. First, beginning with 5 cups of flour, I pour that in a standalone mixer, and then half a cup of butter or 1 butter stick. So using my dough attachment, I mix this together, and the result I want to have is like breadcrumbs. That's the feeling I want to have on my palms. So let's continue to do this. I also stop to scrape the sides. Now I will be adding 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon salt, and 1 teaspoon baking powder. That forms my dry ingredients, and I continue to mix that using the dough hook in my standalone mixer. Again, do not forget to stop to scrape the sides because you want everything to get incorporated. Just continue to watch. Now I will be adding 2 eggs, and then I am adding my 1.5 cup of mashed pumpkins. So I cook the pumpkins and I mash that up to get a very pureed feeling. You could either puree this in a blender or you can mash it up using a fork. That is what I used and it was perfect. So I continue to mix that up. Then here I am adding 2 teaspoons of my milk flavor. I love this flavor so much and it's amazing in Chinchin. Now I will start adding 1.25 cup of evaporated milk slowly because I don't want everything to just splash out. So I'll just be adding slowly and mixing. If you haven't subscribed to this channel and this is your first time, please do consider subscribing and let's grow this channel together. Yeah, I continue to add the milk and mixing. Again, it's 1.25 cup of milk. This is how the dough looked like. I was done mixing using the dough hook, and now I will knead. Even though the dough hook does a good job kneading the dough, but I still prefer to do the hands-on kneading on a clean surface. As I was kneading, I used some flour. I dusted it with some flour to make the kneading easier for me. So I just continued to knead, and I really did well with this kneading because when you knead so well, it makes your chinchin come out nice, not too hard, not too soft. So I was done kneading, and at this point I cleaned my countertop so I could start cutting the chinchin. I actually have a pasta cutter, but I still prefer using a knife. For me, I feel like it's faster once I get the desired balls that I'll be rolling, because I usually cut a big dough into small pieces and I take each piece and roll. So yeah, using a knife, after rolling I just cut, and if you notice I'm actually fast in cutting. So again, I still prefer this method so much. Yep, there was I using my knife to cut. Look at it, quite clean, right? I just love the color of this dough. Oh my goodness. Again, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you're stumbling on this channel for your very first time, I am Patty's Cakes and Treats, and my channel is all about making pastries, cake decorations, cake baking, and all about that. And also, if this is the kind of content you like to watch, keep watching. And please, again, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, share the video, and tell someone to tell someone. So at this point, I was done cutting my chinchin and I was ready to fry. I did heat the oil for about 5 to 7 minutes, and I tasted it by putting just one chinchin to see how I was going to react, and I think at this point in time I was fine, so I just put the quantity that I needed. Again, remember, when frying chinchin, because of the butter and the flour is always going to foam at some point in time, but what helps reduce the foaming is when you don't overcrowd your pot. So chinchin is perfect when it's fried in small quantities. And also, one, you should not overcrowd your pot, and also you should use clean oil. Don't use oil that's already been used previously. Begin by using very clean oil. That way it's going to reduce the foaming. When I was frying, I did not change this oil, and neither did I add any oil. So the oil that I poured in here was enough, and towards the end you realize that I didn't even have too much foaming because the butter content was just enough. If you want very rich chinchin, you will fall in the situation where you'll be foaming a lot. Your chinchin will be foaming a lot. So yeah, just have enough butter. So this was my last frying time. This was the last frying set, sorry. And look at how foamy it was. Not as much, right? So you can actually fry a big basin of chinchin using the same oil, and you'll not experience foaming a lot. At this point in time, I was completely done frying my chinchin, and I totally loved the results. The pumpkin was a good sugar substitute for the chinchin, and it tasted so good. My daughters actually loved it. My kids loved it. Again, this is the result, the final look. I couldn't stop eating this chinchin. It tasted so good. Not too sweet, just sweet enough. The pumpkin that I boiled was actually really sweet. So if you don't want to use pumpkin, you can also replace this with dates, pureed dates. You'll be using about 2 cups of pureed dates for 5 cups of flour, and the rest of the ingredients will most likely be the same. So yeah, I was done. I was excited. I was happy with my results. And here you go. If you missed watching last week's video where I used cake mix box to make donuts, to make old-fashioned plain donuts or Tim Hortons kind of donuts, check the link above to watch. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, life can get better. Eat chinchin to make it sweet. Bye.